My sister let her kid destroy my laptop and called me ridiculous when I asked her to pay. She had a meltdown at her own wedding when I fed her own nonsense. My sister Diane was the type of person who thought having kids meant the world owed her special treatment. She'd bring her daughter Lily to adult restaurants and let her scream. She'd show up 3 hours late to everything because you don't understand how hard it is with a child. She'd let Lily grab things in stores and break them, then act shocked when employees asked her to pay. She's just a baby, she'd say about her 4-year-old who could recite the entire Frozen soundtrack. I lived with them for 6 months after my apartment flooded. Big mistake. Diane treated me like free childcare and a personal ATM, but I needed the place while I saved up, and I loved my niece despite her mother's parenting. I kept my stuff locked in my room, especially my laptop. It was a gaming laptop, custom built, cost me $4 grand. I used it for my freelance video editing business. It was literally how I made money. Diane knew this. She'd asked to borrow it multiple times for her pyramid scheme presentations. I always said no. One Sunday, I was in the kitchen making coffee. Diane was on the couch scrolling through her phone while Lily played with locks. I heard my door open. Weird, I always locked it. Diane must have gotten the spare key from the drawer. Lily walked out holding my laptop. It was open, powered on. She was carrying a juice box in her other hand, the straw already punctured and dripping. Lily, put that down, I said, moving toward her. Diane didn't look up from her phone. She's fine. She just wants to watch cartoons. Lily sat on the floor with my laptop, started pressing buttons randomly. The juice box tipped. Purple liquid poured directly onto the keyboard. The screen flickered and died. The smell of fried electronics filled the room. I stood there watching $4,000 and my income source get destroyed. Diane finally looked up. Oops, kids, right? That's why I don't buy nice things anymore. You learn. She actually laughed. I asked her to pay for it. She said I was being ridiculous, that accidents happen, that I shouldn't have left it where Lily could reach it, in my locked room, that she had to unlock, with a key she had to search for. I moved out that week, stayed with a friend, lost 3 clients because I couldn't deliver projects on time. Diane never offered a penny. But here's the thing about Diane. She was getting married in 4 months. Second wedding, big production. She'd been planning it for a year. The dress alone cost $8 grand. She wouldn't shut up about it. Designer label, custom alterations, shipped from Italy. She kept it at our mom's house because she didn't trust her apartment's humidity. Mom traveled for work constantly, so the house was usually empty. I knew where the spare key was. My friend Keith had a 3-year-old son, Max. Sweet kid, but destructive. Keith joked that Max could find mud in a sterile room. I offered to babysit Max one Saturday. Told Keith I was taking him to the park. Instead, we went to Mom's house. The dress was in the guest room closet, preserved in a special bag. I unzipped it, laid it carefully on the bed. Beautiful thing, all lace and pearls. I'd brought supplies, chocolate milk, grape juice, ketchup packets from McDonald's, finger paints I'd bought that morning. Max, I said, want to do art? For 40 minutes, Max had the time of his life. He painted purple handprints on the bodice. Chocolate milk created abstract patterns on the train. Ketchup made fascinating designs on the veil. He even found a marker in his pocket and added some personal touches. When we were done, I put the dress back exactly as I found it. Cleaned up every other trace we'd been there. Took Max for actual park time, then returned him to Keith, exhausted and happy. 2 weeks before the wedding, Diane went to try on the dress for her final fitting. I was conveniently at Mom's house when she arrived, helping fix the garage door. The scream from upstairs was incredible. She came down holding the destroyed dress, sobbing. How did this happen? Mom was baffled. The house had been locked, no signs of break-in. The dress had been zipped in its preservation bag. Must be moths, I suggested, or mice. They can get into anything. Diane cried that moths don't use finger paint. I shrugged. Maybe neighborhood kids broke in. You know how kids are. They get into everything. She looked at me then. Really looked at me. She knew. But what could she prove? Nothing. She had to buy a last-minute replacement dress from a department store. It was fine, but it wasn't her dream dress. During the reception, I made sure to compliment her new dress. It's nice, I said. Plain, but nice. That's why I don't invest in expensive things anymore. You learn. Diane grabbed the microphone during toasts and started screaming that I was a psychopath who destroyed her dress. Everyone watched her in horror. Full story on channel. Link below.